Hello, good people of YouTube. My name's Nathan, and today we're back with another recap video. This is for weeks 5 and 6, and the headline I have is midterms. Midterms. Quarter system, you just have midterms on top of midterms, and I think you all get the point as I said midterms for like the 7th time. It never ends until finals, and I've got another one next week in week 7. Technically, I have one due today, but it's like history. It's like an outline for my paper. Anyways, it's a lot, and yeah, I think this quarter, especially with how stacked I have it, I'm doing 2 upper divs as well as a language course. I'm finding myself stretched thin sometimes on time, and I apologize for that because I know I can make more time for YouTube videos like this. It's just it's hard because not always does things work out in your planning, right? I think I'm back home. If you can't tell, I'm in a car, my car. um, usually the past 2 weekly recap videos were in my dorm. I'm in my apartment, and I'm here in my church parking lot making this video on Sunday. Yeah, midterms. I think another crazy thing is weather, and last week I had an eye infection, so that wasn't too fun. But yeah, busy, and I'm sure everyone else who's watching this is like, yeah, man, I'm busy too. I'm either a college student or I've graduated and I'm working, like. But yeah, I think this weekend coming back home has been a huge blessing because it's allowed myself to kind of dial down a little bit and kind of focus in on certain aspects of my life. The most common one, family. I get to spend a lot more time with them. Um, Another one is just kind of like my work. Um, Trying to get it done, but at the same time trying to do it in a good and a correct way as usual, but with less like hastiness and less like running around. As I was sitting down for my haircut on Friday, right after I came out of the airport, I could not sit still a lot of times. I had to force myself to sit still and try. And that's what the court system does to you. You're moving at such a fast pace that mentally, emotionally, and in almost every aspect of your life, you're trying to go 90 miles an hour. You're not trying to stop. You're not trying to walk a little bit. And if you're walking to class, you're brisk walking to class. You're not really walking, right? But yeah, it's Saturday, yesterday, today's Sunday. I've been able to dial it back down a little bit, and it's been a huge blessing. Last week, before I came here, I led a Bible study on idols and addictions. And what I have to say about that is when you teach Bible studies or you do anything for God, it's a work in progress. You're never gonna hit it right. You're never gonna be like, oh, you can hit it right. I think I hit it right, but it's never gonna be perfect. It will never be. And I've gotta accept that in a world and culture where we aspire for perfection in everything we do, our work, our grades. I had people in my class, in Chinese class, that were complaining. They're like, I got 95%, and I'm there with an 85% in assignment. But we aspire for like the best, and you should. But sometimes we can't accept anything but that. We can't expect anything but 100%, even though our best might be 85%. And so I think, well, I did better on this Bible study than the last 2 Bible studies I taught throughout my academic life as a college student. I could go. Excuse me. You can be better. Um, but yeah, I have a staffer who watches these videos sometimes, so he's probably looking at me like, yeah, you're right. It can always be better in some way. And that's not a bad thing. You're growing, and that's the only way you'll grow is you do these Bible studies, you do. And that's what I was so worried about when I do these Bible studies. Like, there's a lot of weight, right? You say something wrong, it's like you're not just saying it's something wrong. You're also kind of like twisting God's words in a way that it's not right. That's why I was always there's so much weight because there was like 10 people at the Bible study. You guys gotta do your best. You gotta stick to your plan that you and your staffer, for me and my staffer, helped me plan it out. You just gotta trust, like, hey, this is enough, and I'm just gonna do my best and give this to God. I want to talk a little bit about commitment and what that means to the college student. Oftentimes, I have prior commitments, right? But they're often when it comes to like academic stresses, like midterms, finals, papers, grades. Sometimes I'm left with the uncomfortable choice of, do I cut this? Do I cut back on this? Do I shut down? And sometimes in freshman year, I think definitely I would shut down a lot of stuff, like going to church, going to fellowship, in favor of grades. But as I've moved throughout sophomore, junior year now, I found that shutting down everything isn't really the best way to respond to those academic and work pressures. In fact, I think shutting down actually isn't worth it at all. Because while, let's say everything works out, this is assuming everything works out, you get the grade you want. You missed out on so many things because you shut down. I wish I did like a temporary, I didn't shut down, but I kind of stepped back. In the varsity, we have snow day, we have like worship night, we have all these things. And I missed out on practically every community event outside my own Bible studies that I was co-leading with other leaders and a few other spaces. But I've been missing them, and that's something I think I can do a better job at. And so yeah, next week when we're having our, I guess, I don't know, men's hangout on Friday at my friend's place. That's something I can definitely do a better job of. Not shutting down. Prioritizing spending time and creating those events. Yeah. Well, that's it for today's video. A little longer, but there's been so much that's happening, so I wanted to put this video out. Oh, it's got that Anyways, hope you guys have a good President's weekend, and I'll see you guys maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe we'll see, because it just gets busier. All right, goodbye.